Well, good morning everyone. Dad's just been over and shifted the calving cows, and this cow that's running up here, which looks like a heifer, she has calved. Only one today. We've had a couple of days of none, so this brings our total down to 19 now. It'd be nice if we had a big day and got sort of 3 or 4, but hopefully that'll come. This is the part of calving that I hate the most, so it's right at the end when you've only got a few left and they slow right down. So it'll be nice when it's all finished. Come on. Here's the new heifer here, so I need to give her a tail bit of a trim and I need to milk her. Oh, there's no teats will come out, so the calf must have had a good feed. And they look alright. Dad's just given her a jab of oxytocin to help milk let down. I just need to have a look at her ID. So she is birth ID 20, born in 2020, and her number is 40. And her cow tag is 40, so that's easy. Just having a look at her size, Superman, which is quite a good bull, so she's got a good, fairly good BW, like 350, that's alright, but we'll see how she milks. What's the day today? It must be the 9th. See how she goes. That oxytocin also does help quieten them down a little bit. A little bit kicky. Come on, Gil. Just put my hand up there to reassure her. And we've got milk coming out, so that's good. So now there's only a row in the yard, and that row is to be milked. Now I need to get some milk for the calves for this morning. So I need to fill this yellow drum up. Put the milk line in there, turn it on. So that's coming straight from the cows. And I'll also put the plate cooler one in there too. This tail trimmer that we got is so handy though. Look at that. Easy as. And through the end. Clean as. I'll just run one more up there though. There we go. I think it does such an awesome job though, look at that. So clean and easy. Now I need that. So she's all done. Now she will go into Dad's herd, so she won't stay in here. She'll go in with the younger cows. Oh. Alright, these cows can go, and I'll just put that heifer back in the yard here. Come on in. There's number 320, she always usually comes in at the front, but she is on heat. So she's been riding in the yard and has come in at the back. Almost there, so you can see the milk line is up to about there, so a few more minutes, well probably 30 seconds and it'll be full. It's getting there, not too much longer, you can see the milk there. Turn this tap off. that'll do it. It's roughly about 200 litres in there. There might be a little bit more. So the cups are on the last row here. Now I am going to go and pump that milk into the calf trailer while they milk out. But this milk here was from a cow that I've treated with penicillin, but her milk's fine. She has actually come to the end of her withholding period, so her milk could have gone in the vat today, but I will put that in the calf milk as well. There's a little bit of milk in there from yesterday, which is fine. Just tie this on like that, and then just hit the go button. So there is a pump in here, or this is the pump. It's got a recirculating arm on it. So we bought this off Dino, who was selling all his stuff a while back. Goes quite well. Milk's going in there. It's always pretty important to check that none of these valves are open. Had that happen once, not this season, but come out and all the milk's all over the tanker track here. Only do it once. I just run a little bit of water through to get the milk out of the line. Now I'll leave that pump in there because Dad will wash it when he puts the water through. Milking's all done. Dad's just starting to wash down. The last row's just there, so they're heading back to the paddock. I need to grab some more milk with the feeder that I've been saving, but first I just need to set these gates up for that heifer to go back with the other herd. Just as easy as that, she is going to head that way. I think there's another 2 or 3 heifers left to calve and then they're all done. So it would be good if they sort of hurried up because you want them calving early so they can get in calf again. But now we'll go and fill this feeder up with some more milk, or the colostrum that I've been saving. So at the other calf shed I've got this big green tank here, and we fill it up with colostrum that is any surplus at the start of the season. And it was pretty full, it was up to about that line there. So I've just come to take some of this. I'm going to get about 100 litres, and you can see I have got a submersible pump in there, and I turn that on for a couple of hours every day to sort of stir up the top because it does go a little bit buttery. Some of the milk in here has probably been here for 5, 6, 7 weeks maybe, and you can see it is still fine. I also use one of these things too to give it a bit of a stir, but you can see it's pretty milky still, and I add it to the other milk. Turn that on, which gets the pump going, which is actually just my old pool pump, and then I come out here and turn this bad boy on. Bit of pressure behind that one, and just leave that going for a while until I think I've got enough. So that's about enough. Might be a little bit too much. I've turned the pump off. Set that there. Good to go. I've just fed these girls. They're alright, but these ones are having a drink now. So before I was using one of those feeders in a partitioned one, so I got another one. So they're both the same now, and it seems to work all right. So it is a little bit tight in there, mainly just in here. So there's 9 on one and 10 on the other. And I don't know if you'd want to do too many more. So 20 in a pen would probably work, but probably no more than that. But next year I might look at those round feeders for the middle here. I think that'll work pretty well also. But I'm giving these girls 3 litres in the morning, and then I sort of give them like 1.5 litres in the afternoon. I just find that they drink a lot more in the morning and they're not so hungry in the afternoon, so I sort of thought I'll just give them a little bit more, and it seems to be working alright. They're looking good, so I'm not too worried by it. That's what I did with the other ones, and then I put them on to once a day. But I'll try and keep them on twice a day for a couple more weeks yet. I do need to set up their water feeders in the corner of the pens, and once I do that, they can pretty much go on once a day from then, I guess. So all I really need to do is just sort some troughs out and run a water line, which won't take much, but I do need to get on to that. They're also on ad lib feed, so I fill their meal up twice a day, morning and night, and then that opti card I just fill up when it's sort of empty, and that is it there, opti calf. They're all done now. I've just got the ones to do in the paddock, but I am just a little bit hesitant at the moment. The weather's supposed to turn, so I just need to have a little look because they need a move. The paddock's getting a little bit messy and they need some fresh grass, so I need to move them up to where the cow shed is. There's a few calf paddocks up there, but if the weather's going to turn bad enough, I'd like them to still be able to go back inside. So if it is going to be bad, I'm going to leave them where they are, and if it looks like it might be alright, maybe I will shift them today. Service. Okay, so that doesn't look too bad. And then there is something coming in where, well, I'm just in here somewhere, so you can see that it's right over us now. So when is that? It's Monday morning, and it sort of heads off. So it's Friday today, and that means I would get over the weekend they'd be alright. It's just that Monday morning, but those paddocks have got shelter up there, like they can go and hide under trees or next to hedges, so it's not so bad. But what I would usually do is go and feed them right now after I've fed these, but I might just leave it a little bit. I've got a few fences I need to wind up for them to get there, and they can be a little bit hungrier when I move them too, because they'll follow the feeder better, I think. I've just had a bit of breakfast. Now I'm just setting some gates up so I don't have to do it on the way. Everything's pretty much good. I'm just going to run them up here, and then we're going to go up to that fence line through the gate, and then we're almost there. Right, girly girlies, are you going to follow me? Are you all here? Hope so. Alright, let's go. Come on in. Come on. Come on. Come on, diggy. There we go. I thought they'd be following the feeder, but they're running in front, so either or, I'm not too worried. Some of them are. It's really annoying when they stand in front and they just don't go anywhere though. Come on. It's not going too bad though. Come on, diggy. Come on in. It's the last one, so I'll just wait for her to catch up. Come on, diggy. Just navigating gateways now. Things I gotta learn. One that hasn't learnt very well. Here it comes. Almost there. There we go. New place, they're a bit unsure, but they can come and have a drink. Come on, diggy. Well, most of them are drinking. There's probably 5. There's a couple over there, a couple here. They're a bit unsure, but they're going to miss out if they don't come over. They'll get the hang of it eventually. they're all good now, just go and get their meal and hay feeder, but the ones that haven't drunken, I'd say they'll be hungry in the morning and they'll come and have a feed pretty quickly. They'll click on to come into the feeder again. Finally got some chain and a D-bolt to join these two together, the hay and the meal feeder. I've been meaning to do this for years, but finally only just got around to it. D-shackle, I mean. So it's about time those calves got out of here. They've sort of taken off the tops of all this grass and it's looking a little bit white. So give it a little bit of time to recover and then the cows can come in and clean it up. They don't really like it too much because the calves have been in here though, and I can understand that. But also because these areas like this need a time or chance to recover. So I've been feeding them with the feeder just in this one spot this year. I used to sort of feed them in different places around the paddock, but I thought I'm just going to make a mess in one area instead of a couple. And you can see where I've sort of been driving in and out and where the meal feeders were over there. So that will recover over time, it won't be so bad. Maybe I might have to chuck some grass seed around in places, but it's yeah, not as bad as it looks. I was originally going to put them in the paddock over there, which is called the Norfolk Pines, because it's got 3 big Norfolk pines that you can see from quite a long way away. It's quite a good vantage point for here, but I decided to put them here instead because it's a little bit more open, but there's shade along the, or shelter, sorry, not shade, but there's shelter along the hedge here and they can sort of get around the trees and stuff. So when the weather does turn bad, I can either go and take them back, put them in the paddock down there, or I can put them over where the Norfolk pine trees are, because there's heaps of shelter at the bottom of them, plus there is a hedge over there too, so gives me a few more options. But they'll stay in here for 2 days and then I'll shift them. Every 2 days they get shifted, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 calf paddocks around here, so it's about 10 days in total until they get back to the first one again. But I've got myself an apple here and it's not for me to eat. Just need to cut it in half because it is for bait. And when Mike was working on the shed the other day, he was working here one day and then the next day there's a little hole up there and there's possum fur on it. So there's a possum that's got in the roof and it must still be in there because that box wasn't there last night and it knocked a heap of other things down from the bench a while back, so we left the door open. And it kind of got out, or it must have come back in because that's possum poo. It's not rat poo, I don't think. It's possum poo. So Mike's dropped the cage off, and I'm gonna set this bad boy and hopefully try and catch it. Oh, I just broke it. I'm not quite sure how well this is going to work, but I'm hoping that it's just going to pull on that apple and there's a bar there holding the door open. I think that's what's supposed to happen, and then the door will drop and hopefully there'll be a possum in there in the morning. Let's put it like that. Yeah, something like that. So it's up on the roof here and it must be able to get through that little hole over there. So it's got out that hole, come down and knocked a heap of things off the bench. So I'm pretty sure it's still in here. Maybe move that just over that way a little bit, like that. I got home from squash last night at about 9 o'clock, and when I was coming into the car shed there's a possum that was sitting right outside the door there. So there's a few of them around because I've also seen another one up the road a couple of nights ago, so I don't know, usually don't see too many of them, but we'll see how we get on tonight, so I'll see you in the morning. And I'm back, so let's go and have a look. But I actually got pooed on this morning too. I was washing some teats and the cow pooed all down my back, so it's a little bit wet at the moment. It hasn't happened to me in ages, probably years, but oh well, as they say, happens. Right, let's have a look, see how we get on. Can't hear anything. Oh, the door's shut. Whoa. Everything's all moved around. That shouldn't be there. Those were up on there, I can imagine. Ah, little friend's definitely taken the bait, but unfortunately he's been able to get back out again. I'm guessing he got trapped in there. That door didn't latch very well. That one did. Try again tonight, I guess. Well, it's definitely still in there, as you can see, but maybe I'll try and get a better trap. I'm not sure if that's the best one, but have another go tonight and see how we get on. But that'll pretty much do it for this video, guys. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Thumbs up like always. And apart from that, see you next time. Actually, on second thought, I reckon I know what's happened. It's probably stuck its hand through the side of the cage, grabbed that apple, and that's what set off the trap. So that one didn't work.